Come on. That's right. Do you know what's up? This is Thomas, the tank engine. Sunk. Shoot, shoot. Let's get it. When you see me rolling down the track, you know that I trouble and I've got fat stacks. I got 6 small wheels and a sure stumpy dome. I'm sending these right into your home. You know I run this island, the island of Soda. I always hold the line like my main man Dodo. Don't you listen to that fuel bottom hat. He smells like poop and he's way too fat. They call me Tank because I'm so hard. I smash these like I'm winning a star. If you get with me, I'm going to get fussy. Annie and Clarabelle and no fussy. I might fall into some snow over mine, but I'm so hard that I'm going to be fine. Nothing can spoil my blue coat of paint. When it comes to silent, I never had a complaint. God is the try hard, it's very clear to see that this big old lazy bone has got nothing on me. Persis, my boy, he's the best that ever was. He's so silly, he's as green as green can be. Because James is the funny case, cause he happens to be red, and he caught himself on fire, and the fuel should be dead. You already know this last engine fam. Henry is the pretty boy, but he went too far for show. Now he's bricked up into tunnel. Edgar Allan both. One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some trucks. Phew, remarked Thomas. What a funny smell. Can you smell a smell? I can't smell a smell, said Annie. A funny, musty sort of smell, said Thomas. No one noticed it till you did, grunted Gordon. It must be yours. Not long ago, he had fallen into a dirty ditch. Thomas enjoyed teasing him about it. Annie, Clarabelle, do you know what I think it is? It's ditch water. Before Gordon could answer, Thomas puffed away. Pip, pip, pip. Silly old Gordon fell in a ditch, fell in a ditch, fell in a ditch. Silly old Gordon fell in a ditch, all on a Monday morning. Annie and Clarabelle could hardly believe their ears. That was funny, he chuckled. He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabelle were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon, the big engine. He's dreadfully rude. I feel quite ashamed. I feel quite ashamed. He's dreadfully rude. And to Thomas they said, you mustn't be rude. You make us ashamed. But Thomas didn't care a bit. Silly stick in the mud, he chuckled. That was funny. That was funny, he chuckled. He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabelle were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon, the big engine. Pip, pip, pip. Pip, pip, pip. Thomas left the coaches at the station and went off to a mine for some trucks.
Long ago, miners digging for lead had made tunnels under the ground. The tunnel roofs were strong enough to hold trucks, but they could not take the weight of the heavy engines.
A large notice warns them not to enter the area. Danger! Engines must not pass this board. Silly old board, thought Thomas.
Thomas had been warned, but he didn't care. He had often tried to pass the sign before, but had never succeeded. He knew the rules. He had to push empty trucks into one siding and wait to collect full ones from another. This morning he laughed as he puffed along. He had made a plan. Silly old board, he said to himself, getting nearer and nearer to the danger sign.
Fireman went to turn the points. Now for my plan, thought Thomas. Come on, waved the fireman. The driver leaned out of the cab to see where they were going. Now, said Thomas to himself. Hurrah, laughed Thomas. Pumping the trucks fiercely, he jerked his driver off the footplate and he followed the trucks into the siding.
Come back, called his driver, but it was too late. Stupid old board, said Thomas as he ran past it. There's no danger, there's no danger. Look out, cried the driver. The fireman clambered into the cab and tried Thomas's brakes. There was a rumbling noise and the rails quivered. The fireman jumped clear. Then the rails sagged and broke.
Stupid old board, said Thomas. There's no danger, there's no danger. Look out, shouted his driver. Come back. Fire and smoke, said Thomas. I'm sunk. And he was. Thomas could just see out of the hole, but he couldn't move. Oh dear, he said, I am a silly engine.
And a very naughty one, too, said the Fat Controller, who had just arrived. I saw you.
Please get me out. I won't be naughty again. I'm not sure, replied the Fat Controller. We can't lift you out with the crane. The ground's not firm enough. Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out. Why not let Edward try? Asked Thomas. No. For you, said the Fat Controller. Yes, sir, said Thomas nervously, but he didn't really want to meet Gordon just yet.
When Gordon heard about Thomas, he laughed very loudly. Down a mine, is he? Ho, 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 what a joke, what a joke, he chortled, puffing quickly to the rescue.
Poop, poop, little Thomas. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs. Down a mine, is he? Ho, 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 laughed Gordon. What a joke, he chortled, puffing to the rescue. Poof, poof, little Thomas. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs. Strong cables were fastened between the two engines. Are you ready? Heave, called the Fat Controller.
But they didn't pull Thomas out in 2 puffs. It was a lot harder than they had all thought. Gordon worked hard, but it took a long time to finally pull Thomas out of the hole.
But at last he was free. I'm sorry I was cheeky, said Thomas. That's all right, Thomas, you made me laugh. I'm in disgrace, Gordon went on pathetically. I feel very low. I'm in disgrace too, said Thomas. Why, so you are, Thomas. We're both in disgrace.
Thomas was very pleased that Gordon was not angry with him anymore. Thomas's fire had gone out, so he needed a pull back to the station. Can we go together? Asked Thomas. Of course we can, said Gordon. I'll pull you back. Thank you very much, said Thomas.
Shall we form an alliance? You help me and I'll help you. And Ali, what was it? Asked Thomas. An alliance, Thomas. United we stand, together we fall, said Gordon grandly. Right you are, said Thomas. Good, that's settled, mumbled Gordon. And buffer to buffer, the allies puffed home.